see. Richard, you're good. Abby, are you?
Yep.
Dad, are you good?
10-4.
And Christian.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Okay. Everyone take a second to balance out your audio. Any adjustments we need.
What version of this song is it, just out of curiosity?
Oh god, I couldn't even tell you.
I'm just wondering whether it's gonna get hit when I upload it later, or do you even want me to?
You can upload. Give it a shot. I don't care. You can up.
Alright. The only thing I didn't do is fix my name so it's in the format that doesn't drive you insane. Good. And good. Save name.
There we go. All right, all six of us. All right. I'm gonna start by reading off the background of the adventure really quickly. We're recording, right, Richard?
We are, yes.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna start off by reading the background again before we hop in here, and then I'm gonna do a brief introduction before I get into it. So the lot of you at some point, going about your daily lives and perhaps traveling back from prior adventures, an envelope was delivered to you. This crisp, bright red envelope, which read of tales of Softy Paws being spoken at Castle Hartwick, far north in the Sword Coast along the spine of the world. For those of you unfamiliar with the region, very cold, very snowy, a Christmas wonderland, be it not for the roaming tribes of Goliaths and extremely dangerous creatures which roam the spine. The lot of your group includes Sam Torek, a retired samurai who has been traveling alongside Perrin Fireheart after they have just come from an adventure from the Sunless Citadel. Let's see. Orbis Fortuna, a cleric of Timora. Artal and Karani, which are a fighter and cleric respectively, that have lived a fairly militaristic lifestyle and are continuing their journey by finding their way to Castle Hartwick. And I think I got everyone. Right? Yeah, looks good.
Seems so.
And a lot of you find yourselves outside the gate of Castle Hartwick. Now, as you approach Castle Hartwick, it's for the most part it's a fairly small castle. It's more of an outpost compared to the castles farther south along the Sword Coast, especially compared to Neverwinter, for example. It's made of white stone, which blends in with the mist and snow surrounding the area most times of the year. And partygoers stream in and out of the eastern gate, which you find yourself at, uh, held by two guards holding battle axes over their shoulders, kind of lackadaisically checking guests as they enter through the gates. You can hear festivities and fires and brawls from within the castle. Um, but you're kind of just briefly patted down, your weapons evaluated, not confiscated, not tied, just evaluated as you enter the castle. So you guys can go ahead and move freely on the map.
Okay.
Well, you guys do that and explore a little bit. By the time you get here, it's probably about 4 o'clock in the evening. You may have estimated to be here in the afternoon, arriving at the warmest time, but due to the rough conditions and weather around, especially being in the northern portion of the Sword Coast, you're a little bit late just traveling through so much snow and ice. It takes a little bit longer to move around than you may have otherwise expected. Those of you that enter into the courtyard, you see children, soldiers, both human, dwarven, some Goliaths that have come into the more civilized realms of society, surrounding fires, um, partaking in feasts. Um, despite there only being a handful of tokens here, the courtyard is almost packed shoulder to shoulder with people. You're jostled around quite a bit as you walk through. But there are tables full of food, full of drink, openly available. Basically, a giant party if you were to have one in the north with tribes of Goliaths and barbarians.
I'll grab a tankard of ale to enjoy as we're exploring.
So you grab this tankard, and well, you especially as a halfling, you look around for a tankard, and the most you can find is probably the smallest, being about half the size of your body. It's easy enough to fill and maneuver, but alcohol to body ratio, it's a lot of ale.
Heaven.
What of the rest of you?
How big are these tankards we're talking here?
About half the size of a halfling, so foot and a half tall.
Those are big tankards.
Yes, they are.
Um, all right. I pick one up, but I don't really. I'm not like looking to get real drunk. I just want to be holding a drink, sort of blend in a little bit.
A half pour, perhaps, to make it look like you're drinking a lot.
hmm
What catches Artol's eyes?
I want to go in here and see what this stage is all about.
So as you kind of walk through this smallish courtyard, you see a man up on a stage. Some of you, as players, will recognize him to be Bjorn Bearscar. A large barbarian leaning against a maul, which the head of which rests upon the stage, a cloak with a polar bear adorning his back. And he sits here kind of looking at the children in the crowd, leaning closely, telling stories of beasts that have been slain. And as he sees more crowds approach, he says, "So I believe it's time for me to tell you the tale that you've all come to hear, no? The tale of Softy Paws." The children around look absolutely excited, and some of the adults look a little bit skeptical. They've heard the tale before, and they're well familiar with it. But this man goes on to say, "Softy Falls, the tabaxi of the north. Not many live up here, considering they prefer their warmth. But she rides a sleigh through the night, delivering gifts for children's delight. She streaks across the sky as she chooses to fly, dropping gifts across the Sword Coast. But this year, none have seen her. Those suspect she may be lost, unable to be seen due to her white fur. But I can tell you this, my children, Softy Paws is real." He thumps on the stage with his maul. "The question is who can find her. Perhaps she is lost. The children not ready to receive their gifts this year." And some of the crowd kind of gasps at the thought of not receiving their annual Winter's Day presents. He says, "But who am I to tell? I've seen her a number of times myself, and I can assure you that the legends are true. A tabaxi, 6 feet tall, a sleigh dragged by griffins through the night sky, dropping presents for all." What's everyone's reaction to the story of Softy Paws? What do you think?
Um.
I'm
Okay. Sorry. Continue.
I'm very curious as to how this creature flies and harnesses griffins, and I think there must be some fantastic magic involved.
What about the rest of you?
I'd like to roll insight on Bjorn to see if he's just bullshitting here, or especially particularly the part where he said he's seen Softy Paws before or on
Sure,
many
give,
occasions.
give me a. We can do a group insight check here. Go ahead. So, as a group, Perrin, you may be a little distracted by just the thought of how this could function, how this sleigh could fly through the sky annually. Orbis specifically, there is no sense of doubt in his words. He seems to be completely forthcoming and honest with this information. And as a group, a lot of you can piece together that this story does hold validity.
Uh, Orbis is intrigued.
I'm still not positive on belief because I don't feel that I've ever seen it.
So Artol lives in a somewhat state of disbelief until it's I'll believe it when I see it. Perhaps his personality. The stories continue to go on through the night. Um, Other speakers come up on stage telling stories, some which seem out of season, some more haunting than Winter's Day-ish. But they come through the evening, and perhaps you sit, you listen to stories. Perhaps you're out feasting, enjoying time by the fire. Perhaps some of you, perhaps Artol finds himself embroiled in a brawl with a few Goliaths that have had too much to drink. The Goliath Dwarven um, rivalry at its finest. What did a lot of you do and talk about throughout your evening?
I think the idea is fascinating, and I haven't gotten to be at home with my family for winter holidays since I was sent away to boarding school. I would love to go find Softy Paws and get a winter's game.
I go look for Sam, as she's also a militaristic person, and wonder what her thoughts about all of this is.
Why can't it be true?
Is that what is that what you celebrated for Christmas?
We had a little bit different traditions down south, but similar concept, I guess.
What did you believe in? A fat man bringing you gifts?
No, nothing like that. Just a festival every year. Each person kind of giving to their own and giving to others, not one being coming around.
I like that idea better than some person just giving out magical presents.
Well, all legends stem in truth, I guess, though.
I approach Bjorn at some point.
Okay.
I'm just sort of open. Like I want to get some information from him, specifically like times he's seen Softy Paws. And, I'm kind of looking for clues as to where I would begin my search.
As you approach the stage, he's probably sitting off to the side a bit now. He's let the stage be taken by other people. And he says, "Well, I see her every year, of course. I roam the countrysides, searching for beasts to be slain, mounts to be made from creatures that impress me as something that would form me a challenge. And every year, this very night, I see a streak across the sky. Now, once she landed, I was off in the wastes, setting up myself a camp. I was preparing to return to Hartwick. I couldn't make it back in time. As far as I was concerned, I was going to be spending the evening in the snow, and I'd set up my camp, and she had landed to feed her griffins. Now, I don't know if you've seen griffins before. Quite myself, I was a little bit concerned. However, I saw her for just a brief moment. I watched her toss a few chunks of large meat to her griffins, and she looked at me and she pulled something from a large sack on the back of this sleigh that she rode upon. And she handed it to me, just this small box, and he holds out just a pendant from around his neck, which looks like it almost looks like the face of a bear. It doesn't look like anything magical or overly interesting, but it's just this pendant which holds the shape of the bear, and he tucks it back in and he says, was, well, to be quite honest, a doubter myself. But once you see her and she delivers a gift to you, you may not doubt so much anymore.
I'm hardly doubting at all. To be honest, I'm just interested in where I could find someone who would give so freely. I would be interested in helping such a person.
Well, keep your eyes and heart open, and perhaps you yourself shall meet her as well.
Oh, and what were the griffins eating? What kind of meat was it?
Gods, if I know, the chunks were absolutely huge. She had this sense of strength toward these chunks of meat, almost the size of the backing of a chair. She would toss them. To me, it looked something along the lines of venison or deer or some form of elk. I couldn't quite tell you, but their 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 hunger was unsatiable.
All right. Well, thank you. Which direction have you seen Softy Paws flying across the sky from?
All throughout the wastes. She travels north, south, east, and west. She hits everything from here to the Mithril Mines, down the coast to Neverwinter, all over the Sword Coast.
I kind of elbow Orbis and whisper to him, maybe if we found an open spot very visible from the sky and laid out some bait, we could tempt the griffins to land for a snack.
Perhaps so. Uh, I think at that point I just sort of like I like find are there like servers like are there like servers walking around or is there just like feast tables out? What's the deal?
Oh, there's just huge feast tables out all over the place.
I, I think
Like
I sort of
literally piled with food. Just huge heaps of food.
I think like literally I just like walk over to a feast table. I sort of like nod and say hello to like the person like across the table. I sort of pick up a platter, and just dump the whole thing into my backpack,
Doesn't even blink.
and I just put the platter back down. I'm like, thank you. And I sort of
You have
walk.
a bag of smoked meat.
Hot damn. I don't know how much that weighs. Let's figure.
Don't worry yourself with it.
Overhearing Perrin discuss looking for Softy Paws like that, I ask him, "Do you want to kill Softy Paws?"
The crowd around you, you see some of the children hear you mutter the words "kill Softy Paws," and they go aghast.
Heavens, no, I would never kill Softy Paws. I want to know how she manages to keep that sleigh up in the sky behind those griffins.
Okay, and then I give him a wink.
Clouds begin to form overhead as the sky cools. You can see the occasional star in between the quickly flying clouds. Um, but other than that, it's pretty overcast and it's growing colder and colder.
Hey, Kara, can I talk to you a moment?
Certainly.
I heard what Artol was saying about his traditions. Does your military division do anything special for the holiday?
Basically, it's similar to what you do, but we actually have a thin old man. But then we also give gifts, and it's also times of great charity work for the community.
Oh, that's very nice. Any particular projects you have in your memory that you love to
Well, my favorite part was getting together with all the other women in the family and making large feasts, like we see here.
Sounds delicious. By the way, where
That
did all that meat go on the table?
I don't know.
Oh,
Let's just follow the smell of the roasted food in someone's back.
as you wrap up your conversation, you see this white streak across the sky, followed by a off to the east, followed by a. Everyone watches for a second, and Bjorn throws up his hands. It is Softy Paws! I have told you all. She is real. No doubt making her way towards the Mithril Mines.
Was that something following her, or was that her own, like,
Her griffins, no doubt.
I just start
Let's go
moving
to the
towards.
mines and see if we can see Softy Paws.
All right. I yeah.
That's
I'm already walking there. That's like I'm just moving towards like moving out of the castle to sort of make my way that direction.
I'll say, okay, let's go. But I want to challenge Bjorn to a fight next time I meet up with him.
Oh, that would have been fun.
I want to do that really bad.
So the lot of you, maybe gathering some food and drink for on the road, make your way for miles and miles, just following this streak left in the sky. Um, you see it leading to the east, without a doubt, and you feel like you're getting closer after just numerous miles. And after some time, you come to these kind of cliffs in the snow formed of ice. And ahead of you, what you can see is a sleigh.
is there
I'm gonna-
anyone in the sleigh?
Within the sleigh, you do see a white tabaxi with gray spots.
Are you who they call Softy Paws?
You call out from the distance, the wind whipping away your words. As you approach to the base of this spire, you do in fact see a pair of griffins leading this sleigh, white in color with golden tipped ears. What do you do?
I'm kind of observing for signs of danger. Like, is it like perched precariously up there?
No, it's well rested.
I'm gonna climb up on the rocks and sneak up a little closer so I can watch what they're doing without being.
As you do this, she once again hops out of this wagon and is evaluating all sorts of broken chunks of wood. Seems like it was torn up pretty badly.
Are the chunks of wood from the sleigh? Is the sleigh damaged?
Correct.
Does she appear to be wearing any weapons?
No.
I sort of call a greeting over and like a warm greeting and approach slowly. Having some trouble, miss.
She turns and says, "Oh, hello. It's not often that I see people off in the wastes. As a matter of fact, I am. And it may be trouble for everyone, as I seem to have misplaced my sleigh in the clouds, unfortunately." And she looks back at this sleigh that's almost torn in half from how it's landed on this ice.
Does seem to be quite the problem. Is there anything we can do to assist you?
Do you know who I am, young one?
I heard tale of quite recently heard tale of someone who matches your description. I've sounds intriguing. I wanted to meet you.
Her tail whips back and forth as you mention hearing of her, and she says, "Oh, tell me what you've heard."
I've heard of a tabaxi who delivers presents uh, to all the children, both rich and poor, throughout the northern reaches of the Sword Coast. Someone truly altruistic.
Interesting. So we've come to two problems. To answer your question, yes, I'm faced with some complications as my sleigh of Yule wood seems to have been shattered, which can no longer fly despite my beautiful griffins, which I'll need to have repaired, and my gifts have been lost.
Oh, can I look at your sleigh?
Surely.
I'm going to do an Arcana check on the sleigh,
Sure.
if that's
So, what are you trying to learn about this?
whether there's anything magical about the sleigh itself.
It almost just radiates with magic. Without a doubt, it is magical.
Can I tell what school of magic?
No.
So what?
Perhaps a better answer would be multiple schools of magic. You can't definitively pin it to one.
Without getting too close to the griffins, I observe the sleigh and try and assess what would be needed to fix.
There's tears in the sides, and one of the rails along the bottom has been displaced. It could be patched up if enough wood was provided, and maybe someone with a little bit of skill and handiwork was present.
How convenient that I'm a gnome and I can tinker.
I have a question for Softy. I ask her, where are your presents lost to? Maybe we can find them while they fix your.
You see, I begin to dive from the clouds, and unfortunately, my griffins decided to stop, and my presence did not. So, some distance to the east, I might imagine I was heading to Mithril Hall to deliver all the dwarven children. How cute they are and how short their presents. Um, somewhere. If you come across them, if perhaps having them returned would be of great benefit. If not, I'm sure that I'll be able to make a replacement.
Well, it seems that we need some materials to patch your sleigh here, and it would we could gather those as we're searching for your missing presents.
How lovely that would be, except it may not be that easy. My sleigh is made of complete Yule wood. Um, Now, there's only one Yule tree that I know to remain. Similarly to the east, in fact, now that I think about it, perhaps a quarter day's journey. Anyways, if you find it to the northeast, you'll know it standing upon a hill. Now,
We'll go take a look, but Perrin says with a wink, you'll have to give us a couple days.
she snickers and says, "Oh, I think I might be able to improve our chances." And she waves her hands across all of you, and you feel invigorated, um, almost beyond belief. As you kind of pace back and forth, you find yourself pacing at 4 times the normal speed.
Cool.
Interestingly enough, you also don't leave footprints in the snow.
Also cool.
Very cool.
Now we have Softy Paws.
Clever.
These aren't
If you can
funny
return my-
jokes.
If you can repair my sleigh, then perhaps I'll be able to deliver my gifts to the lot of you early.
Ooh, okay, let's go find the gifts.
One more thing. If you place this, and she hands you a single platinum coin, atop of my gifts, they'll be brought back to me in an instant. If you can do this, I can begin to get them loaded up, so upon your return, I can fly immediately. Keep this in mind.
Okay. Oh, that reminds me. I pull out my sack full of food from that I took from the party. I've brought your griffins a treat.
As you do, the griffins start just flapping their wings vigorously, almost toppling the cart upon itself as they try to maneuver it back towards you. And they're just their beaks lashing out towards you, trying to get a hold of this meat.
Oops, small mistake. I tried to toss a few chunks and just sort of dump the rest of the bag in front.
Essentially like dogs as they catch these in midair, tearing them apart, crunching the bone into dust between their beaks. And Softy snickers once again, and she says, "Well, it seems that we may all be in luck tonight. Nobody leaves many cookies out for my griffins anymore. To be quite honest, they got sick of them."
Well, I've always preferred protein myself.
Well, that seals it. I'm putting a bigger door on my house so they can get into the cookies. It'll be a griffin door.
God damn it. Okay.
We name him the Pun King.
Yeah, he's punking us. Anyways, what does the party do?
Well, we'll gather up and start heading to the northeast for the Yule Wood.
As you guys start making your way just off of this hillside, you notice your feet aren't touching the floor. As you kind of lean forward into step, you notice yourselves gliding through the snow.
I want to try and fly.
How are you going to do that?
I just want to see if what she casts, like, if we jump up, do I go higher? Or is it just kind of the same level above the...
No, it's about the same level.
Okay, never mind.
A lot of you continue with your newfound powers, gliding through the snow almost as if on what we would modernly know as ice skates, flying through quite expediently. And at one point, you come to a forest. It's very foggy in this forest. It's very hard to see, even in front of you. But what you can see are a number of trees that have recently been knocked to their sides.
Recently knocked to their sides?
Yes, they look snapped at the trunk.
Have they fallen towards where we are or away from where we are or some other direction?
As they look on the map, they look like something hit them and they fell to their weakest side.
I want to light a torch so maybe I could see a little bit better in this fog.
Okay. It doesn't help much. The moisture actually makes it pretty tough to light, and the flame is kept fairly dim.
I sort of followed the path of the broken trees. I suspect that some presence might have come gliding down through here. So I'm just sort of trying to follow where the damage is radiating towards.
Give me a group perception check. Perrin, you can have advantage. So, as a lot of you follow Perrin and the scars in the earth here, Perrin, you see something, and the rest of you are able to make it out, maybe not as clearly.
That's
But
good.
Perrin, you come nose to nose with a large white dragon.
Well, happy winter solstice.
What do you see, Perrin?
It's a great, big, regal, beautiful dragon.
One that goes by the name of Glazhael, yes. The white dragon of the north, and the last dragon of the north, as it be.
That must be awfully lonely on winter solstice.
Perhaps. It has its downsides as well, as when a sleigh hits you in the clouds and finds itself tumbled into the earth. He looks at his wing, which has been torn up in some spots.
Ooh. I can I inspect his wing a little bit?
How are you gonna go about this? Are you looking at it closely or from a distance?
I'm trying. I'm approaching sort of slowly. I'm like, perhaps I can help with that. I do some healing. I've not, I've not the not the best at it per se. I've still got a long way to go, but I might be able to assist with mending your wing.
The tinkering gnomes. Too small to eat, but yet they serve as functional tools, I suppose.
Quite.
Very well. And who are the lot of you, anyways? And as he says this, he extends his wings out for you to evaluate. It's not often that there are people traversing the wastes, especially around one of your humanoid holidays.
Oh, my name's Perrin. I'm just out lending a hand to an acquaintance and am fascinated by creatures such as you, with all of your majestic abilities and magic.
An acquaintance? Who might this be?
Oh, quite a lovely tabaxi, lass.
He roars, releasing a cone of frost into the air. Softy!
Ah,
I
yes.
should have known this was your doing to my wing.
I'm quite sure
I
it was an
don't-
accident.
Yes, it doesn't appear that she knew that she injured you, but we could help.
I don't want to help a dragon. They hurt.
You be quiet. Please ignore our comrade. He had a little too much to drink at the festivity.
The dwarves have never aligned themselves well with dragons, perhaps for good reason. Gnome, what do you plan to do to repair my wing?
I cast healing word.
You see these strands come forth from you and tie up a few holes in one wing. His other wing is still quite damaged.
Well, let's go. I did say I wasn't very good at this yet.
If you allow me, I can assist with the other wing.
Okay, what do you do?
I'll do prayer of healing on his other wing, and if it happens to work to his other side, that'd be.
Okay, what does that do?
It's a 10-minute cast, 2d8 plus 4.
Okay, let's see. Very good. And as you take this time to pray upon this dragon, you see the wounds of his other wing begin to close, and then some scars and lacerations upon his belly, which were not noticed before, begin to similarly mend. It flows over to his other wing and makes it pristine once again, at which he spreads his wings in front of you, spanning nearly 100 feet wide, and he says, "It seems that even to dragons the humanoids are kind upon their winter's day. I'll see to it that you benefit appropriately." And at that moment, he lifts himself into the sky and flies back to the north.
He was nice.
Wow, was fun.
What do you do?
Are these Yule trees?
No. Actually, give me a nature check. That's a good question.
Yes.
Obviously, they are.
Let's have everyone give me a nature check. We'll do a group nature check.
Oh, Abby, you did so poorly on it that everyone else has to do one now.
Of course. Well, everyone's doing just fine. I guess they don't need me.
Don't
Was-
say that.
Was there anything left behind by the dragon?
No, there's not. Um, so Sam looks at these trees and suggests, perhaps these are Yule trees. And she goes over and pulls a needle off one of the branches, and she sticks it between her teeth and chews on it. Recoils from a little bit of a bitter taste. And one of you, perhaps, suggests, no, I believe this to be a pine tree.
Everyone knows Yule trees taste like eggnog.
Indeed. Pine needles made for
Roll
an
a,
okay tea,
roll
though.
a deception check. I want everyone else to roll an insight versus your deception check.
Good luck.
Artol's using the facility, so he can't roll right now.
That's okay. So, God. Sam, Karani, and Artol may just believe this a little bit. Orbis, you may be swayed a little bit as well. However, Tamora speaks to you in her soft, gentle tone and says, "That is bullshit." Okay. Do you guys head north or east from this location?
Northeast.
Anyone else have a vote?
Actually, I think at this, I'm actually gonna try to read the trajectory here. Uh, if Glasshill is struck, it looks like it was he slid down to the east, so maybe the presence also continued through further to the east. I vote we go east.
I think that's very wise.
Sounds good. As we pass the time, Orbis, what is your people do for the holiday?
Oh, I can't say I have much in the way of people myself. Grew up in Waterdeep, uh, wasn't really part of a larger community. Kind of lived among the underclass. We did our best to stay warm during the holidays, though.
Sounds very knowledgeable.
A lot of you continue to the east. The fog lifts shortly after. In fact, once Glasshill removes himself from this area, you notice the fog almost follow him. He seems to fly off in what appears to be a cloud, which chases behind him. And after maybe another half hour, you come here. What you see ahead of you, the road continues over a short bridge. A number of deer sit near the bridge, drinking the water which flows freely through a stone creek below. Also, I found snowman tokens on roll 20, so I used them.
Very good. What do we see in the middle of the bridge there?
Something white with a bow on top.
Oh, it's a present! It's a present!
Okay, hold on. We have token stack. Okay, Perrin and Artol, make a dexterity saving throw. $19 and $15. That's cool. It doesn't matter because this isn't a mimic. I just like messing with you guys. You come to a snow white chest with a multicolored bow on top.
Well, we shouldn't open it. We should just take it back to Softy Paws because this looks like a present that she needs to get.
Why don't we put the platinum piece on top of it and it'll go back automatically?
Sam, as they discuss this, one of the deer walk up to you and kind of licks your hand.
I pull out some berries and give it to the deer.
It eats the berries out of your hand and kind of tromps around in a circle, and then it licks your hand again.
Okay. I just kind of pet it on its nose.
It reaches into your bag and grabs another berry from your bag and runs it back over and gives it to this deer.
Oh, that's so cute.
So
I
what does
point
the
this
rest of
out
the
to
party do?
everyone.
I pick up the package and I shake it.
You can't lift it. It is incredibly heavy.
Oh, well, then I guess we
How
should
about
use
now?
the coin.
There's like a DC 75 strength save on this.
I think using the coin is a good idea. Artel, quit trying to pick it up.
You're
Who
gonna
has
break
the
That
the
coin?
equals
bat.
75.
This dwarf squats to the ground upon the bridge, lifting with his knees, grabs hold of this chest, almost, well, definitely wider than he is. He can barely get his fingertips around, and he strains, and you hear something pop in his back.
For Christmas, I got a hernia.
I'm surprised it didn't break the bridge if it's that heavy.
I know, maybe it's a magical bridge. As you put the coin on top, the the box disappears. All of the box, not just part of the ribbon. Roll 20. Bam. Disappears. What's left on the ground in front of you is, imagine like a 6-pack of beer, except instead of beer, 5 of them are potions of healing, and 1 is a bottle of mead.
That's nice.
Ooh, decisions, decisions, decisions.
Mead.
I was gonna. I pull out a die and I roll. I roll it. I grab. I count the second one in from the top and just grab it out. I'm like, I'll take this one.
It is a potion.
Cool.
I'll take a potion.
Basically, we just decide who carries the mead.
Me.
You mean drink or carry?
I mean, carrying it in your stomach is carrying it.
That's true.
Box in the hen house, but we can let Artol carry it, I suppose.
Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a couple minutes to talk amongst each other, and I'll be back.
So, Perrin leans over to Artol and nudges him and quietly says, "My friend, it doesn't look like you miss many meals, but I fear we may miss one tonight. What are you going to miss most from your Christmas feast?
The boar that looked really good.
Ooh, I love roast boar.
And smiting some dragons as we do it.
You smite dragons on holiday?
Dragon and Dragonborn. We don't really deal with those type of things down where we are. They're all pretty evil.
We're in a different place now, so we need to go with the flow and not attack random people just because of what they...
I prefer to judge most people by their merits. I wonder about you, Perrin. Tell me. I think how you spend your holidays is a good judge of who you are as a person. How do you spend yours?
Oh, we small people, we just like to eat mostly. Lots of gifts, lots of fires in the fireplace, good food. Similar to most, I imagine.
Not familiar with it myself, but
Quick question. Any other characters here carryovers from yesterday's in-person?
Nope,
Mine
just
is-
you and Abby.
So, Sam, did you remember to get rid of the dragon scales that we picked up on our last foray, or did we just get lucky and not piss off that?
Say again, what? I still have them.
Oh, I'm glad that big old worm didn't see him. We would have been in trouble.
He was not looking to fight.
Can I get a group perception check?
Glacial's right behind you.
That would be really, really bad.
Hold on, I gotta do something while we sit here talking.
I wonder what's under the bridge. It seemed to be able to hold an awful lot of weight.
Typically, things underneath the bridge aren't necessarily good things.
I want to go under the bridge with my scimitars drawn
All right, I
to
want
take out
everyone to
any
take a
trolls.
guess as to what is under the bridge.
A bed.
Trolls.
A pet. God.
Rocks.
Anyone else?
No, I'm just kind of leaning against the bridge, hanging out.
There's water beneath the bridge. Let's see. 24, 20, 13, 20, 19. Good enough. You see to the northeast, the path continues to the east for just a bit, then kind of bends around to the north, and you see what appears to be a short mountain surrounded by fog. You can see just the base of the mountain, but compared to the remainder of the landscape, which is relatively flat, you can make out this hill.
Is there anyone think that looks like the hill that that Softy Paws was describing when she was talking about where the Yule tree is?
Well, one hill's as good enough as another. Let's check it out.
Onwards and upwards.
You continue to walk for another half hour toward this hill. And after some time, you get there, and something strange. As you approach, you notice that the base of the hill has color to it, but you can't see to the top.
Hmm.
It looks like the DM couldn't find a good picture.
Or maybe it's a volcano.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
This looks like a staircase over here.
It does. I'd like to cast Detect Magic as a ritual, just while we're standing here.
Okay, what are you detecting?
I mean, it's just concentration for the next 10 minutes. Anything that is magical will glow with a faint aura.
Okay, I will advise you.
I cast light on myself to freak him out.
I mean, you're casting light, which is something I've seen before.
For a split
Glow,
second,
glow.
for a split second, Orbis, you see this halfling light up, and then you, oh, God damn it, he's just playing with him. Whatever.
He
What
could
do you do,
probably see
party?
my scimitars.
Also, oh yeah, a couple people here have magical equipment on them. This is going to be a square by square movement area.
Oh, good. Maybe I should cast the other one. That's metagaming. I'm not gonna do that.
Are these stairs going up this way?
Yes. So as you guys progress, you move up this mountain. As you see on the map, more and more snow begins to accumulate as you hike up these steps. One tree stands here and there, but as you continue up around the bend, you can see what looks like a tall, grand tree upon the peak. Still too foggy for you to really make it out clearly, though.
I would like to put my hand on some of the soil and just see what temperature it is.
Cold.
Cool. Is this broken away or is the path continue?
Make a dexterity saving throw, Sam. As you continue up the stairs, you feel the stairs begin to slide out from beneath you. You're able to catch yourself just before sliding back down to the base of the mountain as you notice that a number of steps ahead of you are collapsed.
Hmm.
How high is this rock face above me to the next level?
Probably about 60 feet.
How big is the opening that she almost fell in?
There's a 5 foot gap and then about an 8 foot gap. Maybe 3 and 5 gap.
Someone particularly spry like to try to run across that and maybe run a rope over.
Is
I
there
can do
anything
that.
is there anything on the other side to attach a rope to?
Not particularly.
How about to attach a grappling hook to?
You could probably wedge a grappling hook in between in some point in the far wall.
And is there something on this side to tie off a rope to?
There's a tree behind you by about 40 feet. That would be the closest thing.
Okay, I will pull out my grappling hook and cast Mage Hand and use my Mage Hand to wedge the grappling hook in on the other side of the cavern nice and tight, pull it very solid, and tie it off to the tree to give us a rope to hand over hand across.
Okay. You have basically a taut line between the wall right about up here and the tree to your west.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I'm nice and light.
I tap him on the shoulder and say good luck, and I cast guidance on him as I do.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an acrobatics saving throw with advantage.
So you can add 1d4 to that if you want.
Okay, so that would give me a 19.
Not 4, 1d4, so you'd have to roll it. But
Ah, gotcha. Sorry, I'm forgetting this entire.
Just click on the acrobatics. Oh,
he already
it's
did
okay here.
acrobatics.
4.
All right.
So 19. You were able to cross. In fact, you're able to cross with your feet barely touching the ground due to your height. You can kind of shimmy your way across.
Who's next?
I'll go.
I do the same thing again. I sort of tap him on the shoulder as go, say good luck, and cast guidance.
Okay.
If you would prefer, I could move the rope to up above and you could go straight up rather than across this.
I'm already crossing.
Add your 1d4. You are also able to get across without complication.
Who's next?
Do you want to go first, Artol?
And then I'll grab hold of the rope on the other side just to make it a little more secure.
Okay.
Acrobatics or athletics, Andy?
Acrobatics. With advantage.
Again, tap him on the shoulder.
Oh, you're easily able to climb your way across.
27.
Yeah, easily.
Who's next?
Do you want to go first, Arm?
I gesture for Karani to.
Okie doke, I'll go.
Same thing, acrobatics with advantage.
At 20.
Also, easily enough crossed. The 24. And Orbis, you're the last one on your side.
Quick question.
Sure.
You touch a willing creature, grant a 1d4 bonus. Can the willing creature be yourself?
Yes.
Cool, I do that.
Guidance.
I
and
touch
I want
myself.
you to use it on
Real
yourself.
good.
Yep, you touch yourself.
Okay. So far, so good.
Oh
I'll
You can
try
do
and
it.
Good
reach
news,
out
guys.
for
It's a
him.
9.
So you get halfway across, and what happens is that the line goes slack beneath you. Now you land on the stairs in the middle, and Sam, you're holding the rope, and on your end, it didn't go slack, but what you see is the tree to the west begins to sway in your direction just a bit before popping back up. Go ahead and give me another acrobatics check.
I sort of like look back and think, huh, unlucky.
You are able to cross as well.
Cool.
no!
Is there still stairs here?
Yeah, they continue through. As you get up farther into this mist, this feeling of cold just sinks into your bones. It's nothing you can't handle, but to say it's uncomfortable would be an understatement.
Can I see the plant in the middle?
Yes, you come to this summit, and what you see is a host of trees. However, the one in the center is far more grand than the others.
Is this the tree?
Go taste it and see if it tastes like eggnog.
I wouldn't advise that.
Don't put anything in your mouth. You can't.
Phrasing.
I'm taking out my battle axe
Okay.
and
Stop.
What?
Don't hit the tree.
We need the wood from it. How do you expect that?
But she just
Well-
told us it was the last tree of its kind. Let's like try to like trim some of the branches. Don't cut the whole thing down.
Look for dead wood around it that it may have already dropped, so we don't have to hurt.
There's no fallen wood nearby, and to note, the surrounding trees appear to be the same type as this one, as well as the trees on the path that led up here.
Now
Oh.
what do you want?
I heard 3 people and no words.
Well, as long as there are this many of them, I suppose it's probably okay to take a good specimen to fix the sleigh. But let's take the smallest tree necessary for the wood that we.
I don't think this is the Yule tree because there's only one, and there's multiple of these.
Right. I think it's probably worth. What kind of tree is this? Do I know?
Let's have a group nature check.
What could go wrong there?
I know nothing about trees.
So the lot of you, spare Sam, around discussing, is this a Yule tree? It may be. Doesn't look like a pine. Doesn't look like any other type of evergreen. It's definitely not an oak. It's not a shrub. It's not a bush. Meanwhile, Sam is walking over to one of the smaller trees and begins to chew on its bark just a bit. Snaps off a twig, chews on the bark. Sam, you taste eggnog.
What? This is the tree, guys. It tastes like eggnog.
Your trees don't actually taste like eggnog, Sam.
What kind of trees taste like eggnog then?
I. Does the 15 grant me that knowledge? I don't know.
Sometimes you feel like a nutmeg, sometimes you don't.
Okay, I really didn't do that sacred flame thing.
The mountain combusts in whole, and we're all fried.
I did not do that.
It's not even real
If
fire.
she
It's
casts
radiant.
Sacred Flame, I do a battle axe swing.
Okay, roll your to hit.
Stop. I did not actually do that. I just.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
She shot
You
Sacred Flame in the
success-
air.
You successfully.
I'm gonna walk over and smack Christian upside the head.
In real life or in the game.
Yes,
I'm pretty
in
sure she-
real life.
In real life.
So you
Both.
sink your
No, 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 no.
axe into the tree, and it quivers just a little bit. What do you do?
I don't know. I got hit, so maybe I should hit it again?
Okay.
Seems
ahead.
logical.
I could just hear her. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Roll your to hit.
This isn't the Noel tree, right?
I don't know. You already said you're hitting it. Roll your to hit.
Alright.
As you go to swing your two-handed battle axe at this tree, something insanely cold happens, and you realize that snow fell down the back of your shirt from the branches above. In addition to this, enough snow to cover you has fallen upon you. You are basically now a snow dwarf. What the rest of you see
Hey, Andy.
is this
I'm-
tree come to life in
Oh,
front
good.
of you and quiver its branches. Same with this one,
Oh no.
and this one, and this one, and this one, and that one. The lot of you are surrounded by what appear to be Yule treants. Let's roll initiative.
Hey, Andy.
Please select your tokens. Yes.
I am human, just ugly, so I look like a dwarf.
Oh, my bad.
But I'm really tall.
Did you say these are obviously now Yule trees?
They taste like eggnog. Is everyone in?
Hold
Hold
on, I'm
on.
helping.
These
With
Yule tree
initiative.
ants showed remarkable restraint. As one weirdo licked them, and another one chopped. Twice.
They're a little slow because they're trees.
There you go. We're all in.
They have to be tolerant because they can't exactly leaf.
One more tree pun and I'm attacking the halfling too.
No, you're not. But boy, those are bad.
All right. Top of the order, Perrin.
What's a move called when it's triggered based on something?
You prepare an action.
Reaction.
I am going to set a reaction of when Artol attacks one of the trees. I will attack it with arrows.
Okay. Artol.
Dropping the battle axe, taking out the scimitars, and attacking.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack. Misses. And hits. Go ahead and roll your damage, Artol. 7 slashing. All right, Perrin, your short bow will also hit. You can go ahead and roll. Artol, you bring your scimitar slashing through the snow, the first one missing by a mile as you're just throwing snow all over the place. The second one, though, finds its mark. Additionally, just past your head flies an arrow sinking into the tree, sap oozing from a hole now within its trunk. Sam.
Are these objects?
They're trees. Which are you attacking?
The one in front of me?
Hold on. That hits.
8 slashing.
Shadow Spike tears into this tree. However, the results were not as you expected, as it had made contact with your glaive the other day. Is there anything else you do with your turn?
No.
Karani.
I'm going to use flaming.
Okay.
Actually, it's not on my list. So
Should be.
okay, hold on. Sacred Flame.
Sure. Dexterity save. Where are you throwing these flames?
One of the one that's over by. Is it Sam?
Orbis.
Yeah.
Or Sam? Okay.
Okay, by Sam. Dex save.
Is that one right?
That fails. What about the other two?
I thought Sacred Flame was only one.
Oh no, you're right. You're right. I was thinking of the other one. Okay, fails. So take 6
Scorching
radiant
Ray.
damage. Okay, do you move at all?
Okay.
I'll stay there.
The Yule Treant looks down at you, Artol, and you see that it has a twisted face of bark. What the others of you see, and Artol, you also see this, is that you see it come to life with these fairy fire lights. I'm going to need each of you. Oh, that shouldn't be a strength save. That should be a wisdom save. Everyone make a wisdom save.
Is it a wisdom save?
Should be. It's in there for strength for some reason.
Dang, these trees get me.
Hold on, I'm going to put the charmed condition in chat for you. Charmed creature can't attack the charmer or the target charmer with harmful abilities, magical effects, has advantage on any ability check to interact socially with the creature. So if you want to talk with the tree, you get advantage. Or I guess it gets advantage talking with you. Okay, so Sam, Karani, and Artol, you all fail this check. If you attack this, the primary Yule Tree farther, you'll, well, actually you can't. You feel
Actually, since I'm a half
infatuated.
elf, I get some immunity from charm.
Oh, this is correct. Okay, you are not charmed. And let's see. Artol. 21 to hit.
Hits.
12 bludgeoning damage. Orbis.
Well, first of all, I'm going to get my shield up. And second, I'm going to cast Bane at 2nd level, targeting 1, 2, 3,
Okay.
And 4. And 1 next to me. Creatures. So all of them can make charisma saving throws. And I'm hoping the tree ants aren't very good at charisma.
What's the DC?
No, it's only 12 actually.
The minor tree ants definitely fail. Let's see, what does this have to do? Target fails saving throw, attack roll saving throw, target must roll 1d4 subtract. Okay, second level additional creature for each level above the first. Oh, you're just casting it at second level though.
Yep.
How many targets? Up to 3. 3 creatures.
+1 because I'm casting at 2nd level.
I think it is a second level, isn't it?
No.
Enchantment 2?
I made it a second. I casted it at 2, which is why it shows that 2.
Oh, okay, I got you. Okay, so we will put, let's see.
Yeah, so they are all baned.
Okay, help remind me of that. Anything else to do with your turn?
Nope. Just sort of get my shield up and point at the tree next to me. Hope he doesn't hit me
Sam.
real hard.
Whoa. 23 to hit.
That hits.
-1d4.
-1d4 probably still
Sorry.
hits.
That shouldn't be right. That is wrong. That should be 6 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. That one is going to bring its roots up and walk over to you. Ignore the extra trees, and is going to attack you with advantage. 26.
That
Minus 1d4.
hits.
10 bludgeoning.
Is that 10 or 6?
10. I fixed it.
Okay.
Artol. 16.
Miss.
Perrin. 13.
-1d4.
1d4. Yeah.
Miss.
And Orbis. That one.
It already missed.
Very good. Top of the order, Perrin.
I'm going to attack the big bad again.
Go ahead. That'll hit.
You're not going to get sneak attack on it.
Nope.
Aren't you standing right next to it?
I'm not threatening it because I'm charmed by it.
Gotcha.
Okay, 7. Do you move at all?
Yes, I'll disengage and move across the...
Okay. Cool. Artol.
I'm going to attack this one with 2 scimitar swings.
Is that the small one?
Yeah, because I can't attack the big one.
Uh-oh. I accidentally deleted a tree. That hits. That also hits. Dang it.
18 total.
Okay. I totally just lost a tree.
I think you have all of them.
No, you do.
My GM layer is just freaking out. It's okay. Anything else, Artol?
Nope, that's it.
Sam.
Question about Charmed, Andy.
Yes.
When can you save it? Or you can't?
Oh, you know what? start of each of its turns, so I should have had you do that. Go ahead and roll that.
Nope.
Okay. Karani.
No, you skipped me.
Did I? There you go.
Okay, I saved my charm thing. And then I'm going to use Fighting Spirit, which gives me advantage on my next attack and 5 temporary hit points. So I'm going to attack the tree above me that's baned with the Shatters. 24.
The tree above you with Shatter Spike, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Why are you getting advantage?
Because I'm using Fighting Spirit.
I'm
Do
not
you want me to
using
paint it?
Okay, no. You're right. 24. Okay.
12 damage.
Anything else with your turn?
Nope.
Karani.
I'm gonna use the flaming sphere on the tree directly above.
Okay.
I'm sorry, the big one. Sorry.
Okay. I think that's a dex save, right?
Hold on a sec.
No problem. Five-foot diameter dexterity saving throw. That's gonna fail. Okay, 2d6 fire damage. So go ahead and roll that. Okay. You see this large yule tree recoil as these flames just sear from your spell. The snow melting off of its branches once again, slush dripping down Artol and Perrin's shirt. Anything else you do with your turn?
Nope, I don't have any bonus actions for spell.
Okay. Yule Treant is going to make an attack at Orbis.
Orbis.
21.
Yeah, that hits. I don't think there's anything I can do about that.
What did that roll to? Oh, yeah, you take 15 bludgeoning and 4 cold damage.
Cool, I'm unconscious.
Did that hit at a minus 1d4?
Doesn't
to its
matter. First of all, he's not Bane. Second of all,
Yeah, he's not banned.
that's
a lot of
literally
you
all.
see
That's all
a
my hit
giant snowball fly forth from this tree, colliding with Orbis, almost throwing him off the mountain. What is thrown off the mountain is the tree he was sitting next to as it snaps at the bottom of the trunk. All right.
That breaks my concentration on Bane, by the way.
Okay. Orbis, death saving throw.
Good.
That is a fail. All right, minor Yule Treants.
Oh, Andy, should I have gotten my wisdom saving throw there?
You already. Excuse me. Hold on. Sorry. I think you took it at the beginning of your turn, didn't you?
I thought it was the beginning of its turn.
We're doing it at the beginning of yours. I may have messed it up.
Okay.
We're just doing it at the beginning of each individual's turn. Okay. Sam. 25.
That'll hit.
7.
Okay.
Karani. That fail. That will miss. Artol. 24.
It.
11. And I just noticed that I forgot another tree, which is going to move over here and also attack her. 26. These are god tier rolls.
On me? Yeah.
Karani. She takes 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Perrin.
I'm going to attack the small one southwest of me at advantage for flanking.
Correct. And with sneak attack. That'll hit. 9 piercing and sneak attack. Alright. This one, which had yet to be touched, is looking definitely worse for wear as you pry off a large piece of bark, leading sap to just trickle down from its underskin. Artol.
I'll swing with my scimitar on the little one again.
Oh, and make your saving throw.
Yep, I'll make that right now. I think I failed that one.
Okay.
I think.
Go ahead and make your attacks.
Both hit.
Yes. Sorry, I'm working on something else too.
23 on the little one.
All right. It looks like it's about to bite the dust. Very, very close. But yet it's holding on by a few strands of Sam.
I'm going to disengage from these trees
Okay.
and run down to assist Orbis. And I'm guessing I can't use my action to give him a healing potion. Because my action was
it's a
to
bonus
disengage.
action.
It's a bonus action?
Potions are bonus actions for us.
Okay.
Okay, I will give him a potion of healing.
Should I roll that or are you?
Whoever.
I'll roll it. Was it 2d4?
Plus 2, plus 4? 2d4 plus, no, 2d4 plus 2, right?
Yeah, 2d4 plus 2.
5
Great,
pure
I'll take
healing.
it.
Maybe you should have rolled.
Karani.
Gonna move my flaming spear
Him again.
to hit him again.
Okay. Let's make a dex check. 6.
Okay, we're rolling 2d6.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna Toll the Dead as my bonus. Oh, as my action, sorry.
Okay. Wisdom save. That's a success.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. You will treat. Perrin. 17. And 12?
On me.
On Sam. Or sorry, on Perrin. Sorry. Perrin.
10 and 12?
No, did a 12 hit? It does multi-attack.
No.
Okay, you take 10 bludgeoning damage. Orbis, you're alive.
I am. I get up, I sort of dust some snow off myself. And I think I'm just gonna cast Bane on the 3 targets right here in this area.
Okay.
So Charisma saving throws.
Charisma. That's the big one, which is a fail. And 2 small ones. DC?
14. Or excuse me,
fail.
it's 12, but you rolled 3, so you got 5, 6, right?
The first one was the big tree. The second one, so
I know,
one of the
you
little
rolled
trees.
3 in a row. You rolled 5, 6, 12.
Yeah, for 3 targets.
Oh. Okay, last time you did the small trees together. That's fine.
Oh.
So one of them saves then.
Yep. This one will save. Anything else?
I'm just gonna scoot away a little bit. This is not down like the mountain, is it?
No, you're fine. That's as far as you're going, though.
Cool. I'm gonna sort of sit over there and brace my shield up.
Okay. Let's see. First, this one will come over here. We're just gonna go counterclockwise. Let's see. Parent. 22 is gonna hit. 9 bludgeoning. Okay. Next up,
Ouch! I'm really hurting.
Karani. 24 minus a d4 is still gonna hit. 10 bludgeoning. Sam. 23.
That'll hit.
10. And seeing, let's see. Now Art with advantage. 22.
Hits.
A lot of you see each other being battered by these minor treants who swarm around you. And as this happens, you notice everything gets very foggy, and you hear a crashing sound come from above.
Yes.
A large white dragon comes toppling down onto the top of the mountain, absolutely decimating these 2 treants here.
He's our buddy.
It's going to make an attack. It's going to make a breath attack at the top of the Yule tree for half damage. If I can open it.
This totally
Great.
makes up for the time he decimated an entire inn.
Yay,
DC
he's our
22
friend now.
con save. That's a fail. 16 d8 cold damage. For 42 points of damage, as the top half of this tree is absolutely sheared off. Each of you in your heads hear this telekinetic voice. Did I not follow through with my promise, humans?
I give him a big old
And I need
thumbs
to add
up.
him to initiative. And let's see, top of the order, descending. All right, Perrin.
Did the big tree fall or
No,
just
it's still
demonstrate?
standing.
Okay. I look up at the dragon and say, "Wings look great!" and attack the big tree. Is the dragon within 5 feet of it?
No, Artol is. So you'll be.
Did
still trying.
Artol make his save?
Still not threatening it.
Oh, no, correct.
Sorry, that looks like I
Yep,
missed.
that's a 12. Yep, that is a 12. Anything else with your action?
No.
Artol, roll that wisdom.
Hey!
Woo!
You are no longer
Yay.
charmed by this tree. In fact, you are perhaps inspired mildly by Glass Hail coming down and shearing the top of it off with his ice breath. What do you do?
One swing on the little tree, one swing on the big tree.
And I'm flanking the big tree for you.
Nope. You're at one. Oh, yeah. No, sorry. Correct. Which means you should have had advantage.
He was still charmed at the time.
Oh, that is true. Never mind. Don't listen to me. Artol, damage. And make sure to roll with advantage. See if you crit.
That's on the little tree.
Okay. You shear it in half, splitting its trunk with your scimitar. And that'll hit the big.
10 more.
It is definitely looking worse for wear, but is still standing. Anything else?
Can I action search now?
You can action surge whenever.
I'm gonna action surge and take 2 more swings at the big.
Okay. Go ahead. 22 hits, 23 hits.
Another 21 damage.
It is once again barely hanging on to its life. Most of its branches are gone. A few still sweep at those. Sam, does she sweep in for the kill?
I'm going to step up, seeing how badly the big tree is hurt, and go for a hit with Shatter Spike. Do I get
Don't
advantage on that?
screw up. Yes. That hits. Oh my
For
god,
11
is that
points.
enough? That's just enough. How do you want to do this?
Seeing them almost get it, I want to run forward and just take Shatter Spike, and seen as an object, just slice down the trunk as hard as I can, at the same time casting Second Wind on myself to heal.
You bring Shatter Spike splitting down the trunk with this leaping strike. It just cuts through like butter, and halfway, you see it begin to shatter the wood, sending splinters across the mountaintop, what you had expected on your first strike against the minor treants. It falls to the ground with life. Let's see. Do we have anything alive? I don't.
There's one small one left. Between Kirani and
Okay. Well, let's see if Glass Hail can wrap. Makes 3 attacks, 1 with its bite and 2 with it. Actually, it should be with advantage, which is good. That'll hit. Yeah. Yeah. Congratulations, the lot of you have now invented wood chip.
hooray! All we had to do was borrow a dragon.
Oh, wait!
We need them in big pieces.
Yeah.
I forgot I had that loaded. Cool. You've defeated my tree puzzle. And Glass Hail flies off into his happy home.
Goodbye, Glacial.
I guess we can start gathering up some wood.
Is this actually Yulewood?
Yes.
Cool.
Taste
Alright.
it.
I took a potion of healing, and I'm filling my potion vial with sap from the large Yule tree, as well as looking for a few pieces of wood that are long and straight but too small to use to repair the sleigh with, and tossing those in my...
Yeah, you guys have ample wood, and you get a vial of Yule sap.
Is that to spike your eggnog?
Eggnog flavored eggnog is great.
I think I'm also gonna down my potion.
Is there anything else we do here?
I'm going to drink my potion too.
I turn and thank our big, white, glorious
he's
friend.
gone.
Oh, he's gone.
He
Okay.
is
She's
mega gone. He came in, wreaked havoc for about 6 seconds, maybe 12 seconds, and left.
I take measurements of his paw prints.
Actually, let's see. So I actually had the size wrong. Should have been this big. So probably pretty big,
This is a big
like
boy.
15 feet. I don't.
I don't need to know what they are. I'm just noting that I took them.
Okay, so let's fly this back a bit. You guys redescend the mountain, and you cross over the bridge.
I
It's heavy.
retrieve my rope and grappling hook on our.
Sure. And you make your way back across the bridge. And how many of you drank healing potions
I did.
or used them?
I did.
I
If
did.
you drank or
Everyone
used
but
on
me.
someone else, then there's one here with your name on it.
What's that?
Oh, cool.
If you drank or used your potion of healing, there's one here with your
Oh,
name
cool.
on it.
I
Like
drank
right
Yeah.
the
on the
mead. Is there a mead there for me?
no, but as you drink the mead, you just kind of talk. Are you just going bottoms up?
Oh yeah, I
You're
just
not
killed
gonna share?
something. I'm pretty happy.
So, as you get to the bottom of the bottle, you see something written on the bottom of the bottle.
Can I read it?
Yeah, you flip it over and it says Bear Scar Meadery. It was pretty good. Tastes like orange and
I'm
cranberries.
feeling a little peckish. I'm going to take the carrot out of the snowman for a snack.
Well, that's sad.
Roll a
You
Constitution
find your
saving throw.
yeah.
I'll put the beer bottle where
It-
the carrot went.
You guys go back to the Fallen Forest where you first encountered Glazhail with no dragon here, and you find your way back to where Frosty is, or Softy Paws.
do, do, do. We have wood.
And though the trees attacked us, there were others lower on the hill of the same kind, so there are still more trees growing for future repairs on your.
Lovely, t- you know, it's a good thing because, well, to be quite frank, this happens just about every year. Something or someone, or for some reason, my griffins become distracted, and I end up flying here and marring my sleigh in one way or another. In fact, the last time, some gentleman wearing a polar bear on his shoulder was the one to repair it. But, anyways, could you fix it?
We'll give it a try. By the way, there's a white dragon out there that might be a little grouchy towards you.
I think your griffins are distracted by him, and that's what you've accidentally run into a few times.
She looks at the two of them, the two griffins, which then look at each other and look back at her and kind of nod their head.
He's really easy to miss. He carries a cloud bank around him, so you probably didn't.
She blinks a few times and says, perhaps I should be more aware. You know, they don't teach you to fly these things. Um, it just kind of comes with the job. And you are able to, Orbis, tinker around and repair
Sure hopes a 12 is good
this
enough.
easily. Yeah,
Cool.
as you actually put the wood kind of to the sleigh, it just kind of absorbs back into the sleigh, almost as if the mending cantrip similarly. Um, it finds its way and fits itself, and the sleigh is put back as it should. And
I put
she
some
hops on
decorative
the sleigh,
finishing nails in there.
which with your initials on it.
There we go. Perfect.
She hops in the sleigh, which now has this large chest on the back, a silver platinum coin on it, which Perrin she flips to you.
Yay!
And
Thank you.
she says, I think you'll find something for me back at Castle Hartwick. Anyways, ta-ta! And she spurs the griffins just a little bit, and they fly off to the east.
Goodbye, Softy Paws. It was nice to meet you.
Good
We
luck.
believe. Get out of here, Slay.
Run away.
To the jam later.
Well, that was the best
And
winter
yes,
solstice ever.
run away to the GM layer. Um,
Is
I think this
Bjorn's
is
sorry, go ahead.
I think this is the best Christmas ever or you'll ever, so we should do this every year.
Yes, last time we destroyed livelihoods. Um,
It went good. It went well. You're misremembering a different time you ran that game, or maybe you're talking
okay.
about that.
Um,
I was
you
only there the
guys
one
make
time.
you guys make your way back to Castle Hartwick. And as you're reapproaching the gates, let me move you over. As you reapproach the gates, you don't have to move your tokens. I don't care. You're walking back into the castle, and standing, the guards are no longer here. They've moved in. Resting right here, right at the entrance of the gate, is a small box about the size of an iPhone, a little thicker, that is wrapped with the 5 of your names on it. And we'll get into that after a couple minutes of break. We're about to wrap it up.
Okay.
And the DM has left the console.
We should just vamp for a few minutes. It'll be fine. That was the best Christmas gift ever. I say, suspecting that something really good's in here.
Where's
Grab
Bjorn
Orbis
at? I'm fighting
with one
him
hand.
now.
I grab Orbis for like a one-armed hug and just say, I know you don't really have a lot of Christmases, but I hope this was one you can remember fondly,
Oh, it was fantastic. I'll have to make a
and
tradition
that
out of
there'll
it.
be many more.
It was it was the best gift I could have gotten. What about you? What's the best gift you've ever gotten?
Probably my first glaive from my dad.
Oh, it is a beautiful glaive.
Just the trust that came with it that
Perrin, I know you're one
like
for
to now
feast, but
attack
what
me.
about gifts? You ever gotten a really good gift, Perrin?
Oh, usually just ones that belonged to other people first.
Oh, well, surely you've had a good one in there at some point.
Oh, I was sent away to boarding school as a kid, so we didn't have our parents there to give us gifts. But, I mean, I guess friends and a place to spend a Yuletide is as good a gift as one could ask.
Orbis,
Community.
what does the followers of tomorrow do for
Well, there are no real formal holidays for Lady Luck. She's mostly praised at the gambling tables or other times when uh, when luck besets fortune. But I praise her every day in the small ways. Every time I leave things to chance uh, instead of rigging a game a certain way.
That's hysterical.
Yes.
Sorry, I asked him something off Discord. My bad. I'm doing some housekeeping here really quickly.
So, what do you all think? Should we put the coin on the present?
I think that would send it
No,
away.
it's mine.
I don't really think that's a good idea because then it's going to go back to her.
Okay.
Or maybe it
well,
will open.
Whatever's waiting for us must be really small then.
Okay, are we all ready?
I think so, just about.
Yep.
Sure.
All right. So, who opens the gift?
Perrin, why don't you open it?
Well, I was going to try the coin, but why don't you open it without the coin first?
Orbis, you've never had a gift. Go for it.
Oh, well, okay. I kind of carefully just sort of poke open the paper and unwrap it. What do I see?
So, you unwrap it, And on top, first you feel the gift kind of shift in your hands back and forth. It kind of glides. And on the note, or on the top of the gift, there's a note that says, "Don't worry, I've taken out the bad ones." And beneath, you have 5 face down cards in your hand.
Oh God.
Oh no.
So, who wants to go first?
Ooh, what are they? And I pick one up.
Roll 1d5.
I mean,
Shit's about to get real, yo.
I don't know what they are, so I'm just
You draw a card depicting a knight, and that's what you get.
and then he draws the rest of them because he didn't declare how many cards he was going to draw beforehand.
Nope, that's fine.
I'm joking.
Who's next?
Oh, I got the same one. How
Okay,
does that work?
Hold on. I need you. Okay, so first of all, it would have been a 1d4, but that's okay. So you get a 2. Oh boy. You draw one depicting a moon. Roll 1d3.
Holy shit. That's
Hold on.
broken. Okay.
One wish. Who's next? I need a 1d3.
Artol's waiting till the end, so go ahead.
Orbis. You draw one depicting a key. I'll choose that later.
Okay.
1d2. All right.
It's such a cool thing of indeterminate
Abby,
size.
you draw one with a throne. And oh no. All right. Artol, roll me a 1d1. He's about to be so happy, you guys. Here you go. You draw one depicting a star. That's perfect.
Thanks. I really wanted that one.
I can't believe that's the last one to come up. I think that was almost perfect for you. Okay. Neat. I think
I now want to challenge Bjorn to a fight.
great. We can do that later. Does anyone else have anything, Richard? I can wrap up your weapon with you. Okay. If you are not participating in any of my other campaigns with these characters, you level up to level 4. Or
Okay.
you gain 1 level, whatever you're at, you level up. If you're participating, so I think Richard levels up, and I think the rest of you. Oh no, Artol levels up. Dad, you don't because you're playing him. And Kristen, you level
She
up.
levels
And
up.
Abby does not. Okay, does anyone have anything else before we break? Congratulations, you have met Softy Paws.
nice.
Woohoo, Dad.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Happy New Year.
And we break. Thanks for watching future us watching a recording of this with our kids in the future.
Oh, you think it's gonna last that long, huh?
Well, we're gonna find a way.
Okay.
Okay. If you guys don't need anything, feel free to drop out of Discord and roll 20. I need to wrap this up with Richard
Cool.
and get ready for the rest
All right,
of
I'm
our
gonna kill the recording now.
Bye.
Bye.
Me.
Happy New Year, everyone.